Hey, welcome back in, guys. Today we're going to be making some smothered cube steak the easy way. This is a great recipe, especially if you love meat and you love gravy. Let's go ahead and get started. It's not going to be long. All right, family, so what we have here, we have our cube steaks. What a cube steak essentially is a tougher cut of steak or beef that's been run through a machine called a cuber that helps tenderize the meat. That's why you'll see those little perforations or holes in it. This probably is like a bottom round steak that's been cubed. We're going to use some onion and green pepper. I have a whole small green pepper and a whole small yellow onion here. We're going to be seasoning it really simply. I have seasoned salt, some black pepper, and we're going to be using some complete seasoning. And the thing that's going to make this a little easier is I'm just going to be using some brown gravy mix. I got this from Sam's. This gravy is actually really good. Some of the packets that you buy sometimes don't have the best flavor, but this gravy mix is really good. So all I want to do now is to season up our meat on both sides. And you're going to season them just like you would a steak or any type of meat, to be honest. Now the difference, what I'm doing today, I am not going to bread these or flour them. Typically I would, but I am watching carbs, and although the gravy mix does have carbs, it would have a lot more if I were to flour these as well. All right, now that I got the meat seasoned up, all I'm going to do is just brown each cube steak on both sides. Have a hot skillet here, and I just put a little thin layer of avocado oil at the bottom of the skillet. If you don't have that avocado oil, you can use pretty much whatever kind of oil. And all we're looking for is just to brown each cube steak on both sides. We're not looking to cook them all the way through. They will cook in the gravy further along in the cook. All right, so we've flipped our meat over. As you can see, we got some nice color going on, and we're just going to repeat the process on the opposite side. And once I get them all browned up, we're going to go ahead on and move on to the next step, which is sauteing our onions and peppers and getting this gravy put together. Looking good and smelling good already. This is a really quick process to having cube steak or smothered steak, and it tastes delicious. So once you got all your steaks browned up, we're just going to go ahead and toss in all those veggies, well, half of them, because we're going to saute up some, and then we'll put the rest of them over the top of the meat once we get them in the gravy. You don't have to clean the pan or anything. Just go right into that skillet with your vegetables. We're just going to saute them up for about a minute or so. I am going to add a little bit of complete seasoning to them just to get a little extra boost of flavor in there, but nothing extravagant. All right, family, so we've got these veggies sauteed, and we're just going to go ahead and pour in our gravy. What I like to do is add it into a measuring cup. I've got 4 cups of gravy here, and you just follow the directions on the back of the packet. Now, if you want a little bit thicker gravy, you can add a little bit less water. You want a little thinner, add a little bit more water. And as you're just going to put it into the skillet and begin to let it come to a little simmer, and it's going to thicken as it cooks. So it looks a little runny now, but don't worry, it will definitely thicken up. All right, so once it begins to simmer, you can see that it's starting to thicken up already, but we're going to go ahead and add back in our cube steaks. We want to get them covered up as best as we can in the gravy, and we're going to allow these cube steaks to simmer in this gravy until they become fork tender. Now again, you could actually do this without cube steak. If you had any type of steak, you could actually do it with pork chops as well. But with these cube steaks, it's probably going to take another 35, maybe 40 minutes for them to get to the tenderness that I'm looking for. Let me know down in the comment section if this is one of the ways that you make cube steaks. Again, typically I would bread these and brown them off that way. It adds for a little bit thicker gravy and a little bit thicker consistency, but just to save on carbs a little bit, save time, I just decided not against it, and it's still going to come out delicious. Once you get the meat back down in the pan, make sure you put all those pan juices back in there. We want all the flavor we can. Then we're going to go ahead on and put the rest of those bell peppers and onions right over the top. Put your skillet on pretty much like a low setting. Let them simmer, low to medium low. Let them simmer, and you're gonna just let them go for about 30 minutes or so, and then we'll come back, check them, see if they're tender enough. If not, we're gonna let them go until they become tender. All right, family, so we've allowed these to go for about 30 minutes. You can see how that gravy is nice and thick and that meat is looking really, really good. They weren't quite ready, so another 15. And after that, here you go. Here's our dinner for the night. These are my kids' plates: smothered cube steak, rice, some broccoli, lots of green peppers and onions on them. Tastes so good. Tastes like it's been cooking all day, and it only took about a little less than an hour to finish it up. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Till the next time, God bless.